Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. It is me, your navigator, Maxi, also known as Kirin. Hello. Oh, wow. It really showed that thumbnail at the beginning, huh? Wow. Incredible, incredible. Hello, everyone. It's me. Hello. Hi, Dale. Hi, Fate Leaf. Hello, hello, hello. There you go.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Hi, PETA.
Welcome.
Hello, hello. We have a very fun stream ahead of us. But first, let me tell you, we're in the pre-show right now. The stream begins properly at 11 a.m. in sunny California. So we have about 4 minutes to just talk and be silly. Yo, hi, Dallas. Welcome in.
Welcome.
Yo. Wow, the Dallas-Dale crossover I've wanted this whole time. Dallas says, hello. Got lost implementing Continental Drift. But what about Continental Tokyo Drift? Yeah, I need a booing sound. That one deserves to be booed also, by the way. That one deserves to be booed. I'll just be honest with you. How y'all doing today? It's Monday. No, it's Tuesday. Tuesday is kind of like my Monday if there was like a second meaner Monday after the regular Monday. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Peter decided to try Beastie Ball. Dude, I played the demo for that. I want to play the full game. Dale says, Dale's been going on an Ace Attorney kick. And apparently he watched the Ace Attorney anime bloopers. That's pretty funny. I like that. There's a streamer boss? Dude. At last, a boss that I can defeat with ease. Because I am one. I know all their weaknesses. Hello, friends. They run meme tactics? Dude, no way. By the way, if you enjoy seeing the slideshow of all the different thumbnails I've done over the years, good, because I've implemented it. Bow. I've implemented it. The song's gonna start again, by the way, in like 2 seconds. I'm really sorry. It's gonna be really startling. 1, 2, and... And? There! Okay. You know how sometimes I'm like, I gotta hide my screen? I made a button that just turns on the thumbnail slideshow to cover my screen. So there you go. You'll see more of my thumbnails now. Maxi, what's your favorite Ace Attorney blooper? I haven't seen the bloopers for the anime. I watched the live action movie. Have you seen that? By the way, as the title of the stream implies, today we're working on Zetamon. It's Creative Hours, the segment of the stream where we work on creative content and the stuff we're making. I'm working on my creature collecting TTRPG that you're all excited for, Zetamon! There is like 10,000 things that you don't know about the game yet that are like set in stone and complete and good to go. But today we're gonna work on one of those things. And that is creating creatures. Zetamon is a game about making little guys, like in your favorite creature collecting games like Pokemon, Digimon, not Patapon, different one, not what I'm called, Metabots, etc, etc, etc. And a game like that requires a way to create creatures that is evocative, mechanically rich, and many other terms that are escaping me because you will notice soon enough that I am under the weather. Nonetheless, I think I've created a system that is all of those things and more, and we'll be testing it today. We'll be making the starter creatures, not the first partner Zetamon, I want to clarify that, but just the ones that will be available in the multiplayer / single player combat beta of Zetamon. That should be coming out later this month. Interesting, PETA. PETA says that throwing this in, Peter read a post about Beastie Ball creature design philosophy. Apparently one tactic they use is throwing together 2 things and then adding a third. Thank you, Fate Leaf. Yeah, Cassette Beasts, Beastie Ball, Dinosaur King, Nexamon, Koramon, Conan Exiles, Dragon Quest Monsters. Peter says, like, one beastie's a cryptid plus an owl, and then someone threw an avocado in there for some reason. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Speaking of one way to do it, fellas, it's 11 a.m. in sunny California, so it's time for us to dive right in. Hello, everyone. It's me, Maxi. Hello. You do not get... That's right. Wait, hold up. I'm under the weather today. In fact, I've actually been under the weather since like Thursday of last week. But nonetheless, hello everyone. I am your navigator, Maxi, also known as Kirin. Bet stream? That's right. I'm streaming from the depths of me bed. That's not true. It's the same setup it's always been. But I'm feeling kind of shweepy. I've been under the weather. I've been a bit sick, but not like in a cool way. No, but not in that kind of way. I've just been kind of, it's really been more of a, but nonetheless, hello there. The name is Maxi. My pronouns are they, them. Welcome to the show. As the thumbnail has already told you, today we're going to be working on my creature collecting TTRPG, Zetamon. You got stung by a bee. It's so true. Also, hi, Ronnie.
Hey, bud.
There's the button for the. You know what? I moved this button. Let me move it back. There you go. Now the buttons are fixed. I think. There you go. That makes more sense. So today we're gonna be making creatures, and I will be introducing you. We already made one. There's gonna be 16 creatures available in the combat beta for Zetamon. See, the one thing about me only doing one design stream a week, is that things change and the plans get made, and you don't hear about it until next week. But that's okay. So I had a big meeting with Kitty on Friday, and we decided on the way we're gonna do things this month. I am gonna shoot to release a beta of Zetamon that includes the rules for combat and combat against wild Zetamon. I want to make a note, by the way, that it's not combat against trained Zetamon, because that will have a slightly different little twist to it. So that this combat beta will include the rules for engaging in combat against other players and against wild Zetamon, and it will include 16 Zetamon for you to make your team of 3. So that will include 2 Zetamon from every affinity: chemical, bolt, aqua, dust, bioreactive, and metaphysical. 2 of each, and you can already tell from the cover that Kitty and I literally in the last 10 minutes of our meeting, I was like, okay, Kitty, so we've decided on 12 monsters for the combat beta. Peter says 16, that's like 4 basketball teams or 16 chess players. Yeah, there you go. 16, sorry, this is 16, I meant 12. I'm stupid. I don't know how to do math. I'm sick. Everyone don't be mean to me. I'm sick. Did I say 16? God. Classic Maxi. Do chess players play in teams? Could you imagine? So there'll be 12. 2 of each affinity, now that I'm realizing how math works again. 2 baseball teams down a player. There you go. Peter says, you either said 16, I probably said 16. Anyways, you can go back and rewind and realize how fallible the human mind is. Nonetheless, so in the last 10 minutes of the meeting that I had with Kitty, I was like, okay, Kitty, so you should tell me what you want one of the Zetamon to be. And Kitty said, well, clearly one of the Zetamon should be a chinchilla. And immediately, yo, hi Siska, hello Siska. Let me just fix my expression. Hey Siska.
Welcome back.
How you doing? Welcome in. So, Kitty said, I want a chinchilla. And then we started talking about what the chinchilla could look like. And, we were like, oh, what if the chinchilla, if its bristly tail, looked like a hand? And then next thing I knew, I was doodling, what the chinchilla's face could look like. I have like several sketches. I'm not gonna show you because I would have to take a photo. But I ended up realizing. Get ready for this, okay? I can't zoom in because I'm tired. Because I'm in bed. Get ready for this, okay? It's a grappler chinchilla who fights in a measure similar to that of a wrestler. That's right, fellas. I'm talking about Lucilla. That's right. Yo, hi, Shiest. Hey, welcome in.
Welcome.
Holy crap, it's Shiest. Yo, it's a celebrity. That's one of Nomian's members. Yo. Welcome, Shiest. How's the Setamon's going? It's going fun. It's going great. A question answered. Dallas asked earlier about abilities still play for Zetamon creation. I assume deferred from the demo. I'm not 100% sure what you meant there. Abilities. The stats that you have affect affect your moves. There are moves that ask for specific stats. There's three main attacking stats. There's crush, sharpen, blast. And there's also a whole list of like 12, I'm guessing 12 skills. Some moves may ask for an attacking stat or a skill, whichever is the highest. So, just because you have a Zetamon with not a lot of an attacking stat, perhaps you can build them around their skills. So I give you Lucilla, whose a face and markings on its face inspired the luchadors of the world of Zetamon. I want to do a drawing. I want to do a drawing of like how Lucilla inspired the luchadors, and like the luchadors have masks that look like Lucilla, including the ears. I feel like that'll be really funny. Does it become a lunchilla at mealtime? You freaking know it. You freaking know it. By the way, in case you're wondering how the Lucilla works, I wrote a little bit of lore for it. The way that the Lucilla tail works is that it's not that it actually isn't a prehensile tail. It is, in fact, a 5-pointed tail, the bristles of which the Lucilla can manipulate by pulling on the tail. And by manipulating each individual point of the bristly tail, it can create the shape of a hand, which it uses for pushing around, for grabbing fruit that may be out of its reach, or for grappling opponents in wrestling. It is also it loves to jump off the top rope. By the way, that's the other thing that Lucilla likes to do. So there you go. That is, I should actually just literally grab you. Lucilla, by the way, is a dust. It's a dust Zetamon. And with that. Dale says, let me guess, is Lucilla's theme song Business by Tiesto? Could you freaking imagine? So I have over here in front of me a document listing the entire creature creation process very cleanly and neatly. We will be dealing with this shortly. But first, let me give you the little maintenance, by the way. Here's the stream schedule for this week. Would Lucilla have some sort of advantage in battlefield corners? So I want to make this very clear right now, is that there is room in the design for adding things such as Pokemon style abilities, which is to say a tertiary kind of ability that manifests on the battlefield. Like abilities such as like Drizzle or Swift Swim, stuff like that. There's definitely like room for adding that mechanic later. My only issue is that there's no easy way for making those part of random creature generation. So I'm legitimately considering leaving those as being features that legendary Zetamon have instead. Or something we do in the future. But for now, there's room to expand on the combat to make it even more, complex. But for now, I want to leave all that complexity in the moves, like for instance, there are moves that will be able to change the environment and apply things such as like making the floor wet, which of course benefits like electricity-based attacks from the Bolt family. But for now, we're just gonna take it one step at a time. Dallas asks, is this the mascot? I'm not sure. I want to make it very clear that we're gonna play around with the Zetamons. You know, I definitely want to make this very clear. I don't want to have an Agumon problem where like I can't release anything Zetamon related without Agumon on the cover. I am very much looking forward to having new and interesting Zetamon appear in every kind of art that I make. Peter says we're gonna make a Zetamon and we're gonna force them into a battle royale. Whoever wins becomes the mascot. Here's the deal, okay? You know, when in times and troubles, Mother Mary comes to me. She does what? So my thing is that the very first Pokemon that was ever designed was Rhydon. And that MFer did not become the mascot, okay? I love Rhydon. Some might argue that I like Rhyperior. Rhyperior is superior to Rhydon. But he didn't become the mascot, okay? Peter says 12 is like a good number. Like a Danganronpa number. Dude, Plague is here! Yo! Hi, Plague!
Welcome back.
Yo. I need a good sound for Plague. What's a good sound? What's a good sound for Plague? Let's hit him with this.
Wait, I got an epic dragon mommy?
There you go. Make up that sound with your will, Plague. Yeah, see, there you go. Shice brought up the fact that Clefairy / Clefairy was gonna be the mascot too, but then it got pivoted into Pikachu. There was also a chance for Poliwhirl to be the mascot of Pokemon, and like, I'm happy we didn't go there because Poliwhirl asks the unfortunate question of like, is that supposed to be its gut? Which I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be its gut. By it, you know, I mean the swirl on its chest. Anyways, so we're gonna figure out, you know, again, I didn't make Lucilla thinking that it was gonna be the mascot of the series. We're gonna play it by ear, you know, and if anything, you know, let's take a second to like take a deep breath and zoom out, okay? What is the essence of Zetamon? The essence of Zetamon is that everyone can create their own unique little creatures, and that the creatures you create are as valid as the creatures that I, the creator, have made, and that you can go on your own adventure with your own little band of little freaks. So perhaps, I think, instead of trying to find who is the most marketable little mascot, instead I think I would like to encourage people by showing them a wide range of fucked up little guys, and encourage people to create their own fucked up little guys. Okay? Peter says, so all the fanfics of Zetamon could all be canon at the same time? Yeah, 100%. You know, here's one thing, okay? There's a lot of criticism that can be levied at Pokemon, but one thing that I've always liked, and one thing that, like, I'll just say it, okay? The first generation of Pokemon was saved because there were women in the development team who said, hey, maybe not all the Pokemon should be cool. Some of them should be cute. Some of them should be creepy. Some of them should be stupid. And they saved the design process because originally Pokemon was going to be a kaiju battling game. And you can see a little bit of that. You can see a little bit of that in Rhydon's design. So, like, we're going to have today, I would like to create a handful of Zetamon for the beta. I would like some that are weird, some that are cute, some that are cool, and some that are just fucked up, you know? We need to have a nice little arrangement of weird little guys to get a little smorgasbord, if you may, of what the game may contain. The past abilities, as one could say. Can we make edible Zetamon? Where is the pantry Zetamon? Well, there is a whole family of Zetamon who look like food, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, please everyone welcome Lucilla, the first Zetamon of the game. Lucilla, I'll walk you through Lucilla's stat. Lucilla is actually medium-sized. Let me go find the reference image so you'll know what I mean when I say medium-sized, by the way. Perfect, there you go. Lucilla is about half the height of the average person. So this guy's actually pretty big. He's about half the height of a human being. We have changed it, Ball Boy, for scale. Listen, I picked Togedemaru because he's also wide. So I feel like he perfectly encompasses the idea of being 1 square foot. So what are the emotions we want to feel from these guys? That's actually a perfectly good question to ask, I think. So it's like Raticate size. Lucilla, although he may seem small, he's actually about the size of a Raticate. Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to start. He runs on 4 legs. I have a question, says Ronnie. I'm listening, Ronnie. He has 2 Zetamon DNA. Can you put a Lucilla in my mochila? I love you, Ronnie. I love you, Ronnie. That's really good. I haven't thought about the word mochila in so long. Mochila, by the way, is Spanish / Portuguese, I must assume, for backpack. Oh, I haven't thought about the word mochila in forever. I'm gonna make a note, actually. Split evolution, mochila. I actually kind of like that. It has a bonus to HP. It attacks mostly with Crush. It's got a big bonus to Run. So I think for the beta, I'll make sure that it has a run-based move. And a little bit of lore here that I wrote for it, but we can worry about that later. Maxi, how does creature creation work in this game, Maxi? Run me through it. Let me make sure that I have like a couple of these ready to go. Perfect. Okay. So, by the way, I have the iPad ready to go. So we will be doing some doodling today as well, by the way. So, Zetamon are created as following. The first step that you do is that you roll a d10. The number you get on the d10 represents the creature's starting size. Now, I want to make this very clear. Maxi, what does size do? I feel like it's time that I actually tell you what size fully does. So, the size of your Zetamon affects a couple of things. First and foremost, it represents how big the little guy is. And this size affects things in roleplay, by the way. I want to make it very clear. There is a benefit to having a little guy if you need someone to be like sneak through an air vent, perhaps. These things matter. Also, the big one is that Zetamon that are large or bigger can be ridden as mounts for fast travel. Can the little guys be thrown? It's only tiny ones. Only tiny ones. So large serves that purpose. In combat, Zetamon act not based on their innate speed. Speed is for movement in this game. But instead, your size represents your speed tier. Tiny Zetamon act first, then small, then medium, then large, lastly. Yo, hi Sapphire, welcome in.
Welcome.
So, your speed tier represents where you go, and that is your size. Tiny Zetamon go first because they have the least amount of health, and as always, I'm looking out for the little guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now I know what you're thinking. Well, Maxi, then all I gotta do is have a team of tiny Zetamon, and then I just have them focus fire one of my opponent's Zetamon, and it's over. So, here is one consideration, and that is that Zetamon cannot move through a zone that has a Zetamon bigger than them. So there is inherent blocking by having Zetamon bigger than someone else. So for instance, if a tiny Zetamon wants to move past the space that you have a Zetamon in to like attack someone else, and your Zetamon is larger, they cannot move past you. You are effectively blocking them. Blocking is a feature that Zetamon of a size larger than the attacker get to enjoy. Lastly, larger Zetamon, not just large, but larger, enjoy blocking ranged attacks, by the way. So for instance, if a tiny Zetamon is attacking someone, but there's a larger target in the same zone, that larger target actually is blocking the attack. So there is actually a little bit of positioning in here. I'm a big slut for tactics. Also, hi Hans, hello.
Welcome. I
love tactical combat. I love thinking about movement. There's an alternate reality where I am 100% a Warhammer bitch. But thankfully in this reality, I'm only slightly that. Don't worry. Plague is the one currently having the Warhammer 40k bug at the moment, and that's okay. So there is a reason for you wanting to have Zetamon that are not just tiny, because tiny get to go first in battle. There is a lot of considerations for that. And there is 2 more sizes after this, by the way. Blake says, only a non-hammer hoe yet. There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's 2 more sizes. There's huge and gigantic. Zetamon normally go up a size when they undergo the evolution process known as zetamorphosis. But I think huge is as high as it gets. Gigantic might be a little bit too big, I think. And I want to leave that for like raids / fighting bosses, so we'll worry about that when we get there. By the way, here's the schedule for the week. I didn't even get to cover it. Design today, tomorrow Nomia, Chrono Trigger with Nomia at 4 p.m. And on this very same channel 2 days from now, Dark Souls co-op with Blakesword and Siska. There you go. So I can close this tab now, and we can I'm gonna cover the screen. Look! I have a new thing to cover the screen. It just shows my thumbnails. Enjoy thumbnails while I go get a dice roller, okay? Or you know what? I should just get dice. I have dice right here. Star says, I've been starting to play Pokemon Auto Chess and it's very silly in its tactics. Oh yeah, I heard that game's good. Yo, whoever just subscribed / joined, welcome in. I don't think I have those notifications on the screen, so hey, welcome in, enjoy. So I have my real ass dice in here. Now, I'm gonna assume you all understand that I have no reason to like lie to you or to fudge the dice. I'm gonna roll them in real life, and what we get is what we get. Now, you may be wondering, Maxi, what is this huge spreadsheet you have here? So this is a spreadsheet of every single body shape that exists in the game. We'll familiarize ourselves with it shortly. But first, the first step for creating a Zetamon is to roll the size. I do want a variety of Zetamon shapes for this beta. So, you know, if we end up rolling the same size and shapes, we'll probably do some rerolls. But nonetheless, here's the first roll of the day. It's a 9. We have another medium-sized boy. We're gonna keep the dice rolls like, you know. Is that a 1? No. It's a 9. HP and sense. Okay. Let me just go over here. It's gonna be stream Zetamon 1. The size is medium, which is HP and sense. Medium-sized Zetamon are chunkier than smaller ones, and because they're taller than most Zetamon, they can actually look around. I heard 1. Hans, I swear to God. I rolled a 9. I have it right here. I swear to God. So the next step, after rolling the size, you're gonna roll a D100 on. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna roll it closer to the microphone so you can hear it, because who doesn't love that little dice ASMR? Here's a test roll, by the way. This is a test roll. It's not a real roll. There you go. Perfect. You can hear it now. All right. So I'm gonna do a D100 roll. I will say, by the way, there's a few body types in the main list that are not enabled for this session because I haven't finished them. So if we happen to roll any of the colony-based ones, we'll skip those. And sorry to all the Geminis in chat. Geminis are canceled for today. That and Weremon are also canceled. Sorry, Siska, I haven't figured out how to do Weremons yet. I haven't had the time. Anyways, here's the real roll, by the way. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! This is why I hate rolling dice. Guys, you wanna guess what number I rolled? You wanna guess what fucking number I rolled, by the way? You wanna guess? You wanna guess? Go ahead. I'll let you guys stay. I'll let you guys. I'll let you guys figure. I'll let you guys wonder. I'll let you. Yeah, 69, 42, 100, 100 to Sapphire. Congratulations, Sapphire. You guessed it.
Bingo!
I rolled a 100. In the body chart, I hate this. I hate this. Why is it always like this, man? In the body chart, by the way, 100 is the unknown body type. Where you, let me tell you what happens when you roll. Yeah, for this one, you roll on a table that contains every single trait in the game, and you create a complete abomination. We're not gonna do that. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today, okay? I said that any box that is yellow, by the way, is not available for today. So no giants today, no Weremons, no artificial, elemental, multiple schooling, bonded, Hydra, colony, chimera, and unknown Zetamon. None of them today. That table is not ready. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm. There's 100 options. I'm sorry that I rolled 100. Okay, I'm gonna roll again, and we're all just gonna pretend that I didn't roll a 100. Okay. Shystas, is it 100 again? It's 100 again! I'm opening the dice roller on Google. I can't. You're lying. No, 100% no. I'm telling you right now, I do not fudge my dice rolls. I've always been the kind of GM, I don't fudge my dice rolls. And I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna look up the dice that I have, okay? Poison Dagger dice. I have the 1-up Poison Dagger dice. I have these guys. I have these dice, by the way. I have these dice. I have the dagger is the maximum dice size. I have rolled 4 daggers on d10s so far. Yeah, I have a 10% off, by the way. This is I love this dice set because it comes in a little box that looks like an NES cartridge. Yeah. Dallas says that's like rolling an O in a traveler system generation. There you go. I'm gonna open the Google dice roller because apparently I should be using these dice for a D100 system because I play D&D with these, and they're honestly not that helpful. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Also looking at what dice I actually have in real life, by the way. Is anything here doxing me? I don't think so. This is a really cute dice set. I got it at my local game shop. Support your local game shop, fellas. Google dice roller. Alright, here we go. Is anything doxing me here? No, I don't think so. Okay. So, let's try this again. Wouldn't it be a bit easier to see the max number you can roll and set it to a random number generator? I don't know what you mean, Peter. Dice with weight to get an edge in D&D. Clever idea. My local game shop doesn't sell dice? What do they sell? Anyways, here's 2 D10s, by the way. 67. That's more like it. That's more like it. There's only one local game shop and it's a 40k place. Oh, that sucks. I already forgot. 67. Let's go to 67. No, I mean like it really, like, there's no way that I can prevent rolling 100 twice. Goblin! Oh, let's freaking go. Okay, so, oh my god, this is meant to be. This is meant to be. Fellas, this is not a drill. We rolled Goblin, by the way. Okay, so, the Sagittarius Zodiac family is a family for all of the Zetamon who, I want to make this very clear, okay? I have to make this very he wheel and he deal? How dare you? So, you roll on your Zetamon's shape. When you first saw the Zetamon, this is the shape that it made you think of. I want to make it very clear. The game does not say that. The game is not saying that this Zetamon is a goblin, but it's saying that when we first looked at it, we thought of a goblin. And within the fiction of the game, it means that these kind of Zetamons might have been the inspiration for the folklore idea of a goblin. That is what it means in the fiction, by the way. Same as with Pixie, you know? It is not necessarily an actual fairy, but it's something that looks like a fairy. The example that comes to mind is something like a Sableye. A Sableye is not a goblin, but it kind of looks like a goblin, you know what I'm saying? So, by the way, this is also a medium-sized goblin, by the way. 2 legs is defend plus use, by the way. So, it's a gobbo. Looks like a fairy, barks like a fairy. There you go. This is two legs, which means it's defend plus use as a bonus. You're correct! Scheist says that Sableye is apparently based off of the Hoopskinville Goblin. It's true. Star says, I meow like a fairy. Wait, hold up. That's that. Maxi, you can't say that during Pride, Maxi. So, Zetamon have... The shapes of the Zetamon gives you 2 DNA. Gives you the alpha DNA and the beta DNA. This is really just DNA 1 and DNA 2. The DNA 1 is usually how the Zetamon survives in the wilderness, how it collects food, and how it survives, while its beta trait is more of a passive one that has allowed it to evolve, like that it used to evolve up until this point, right? So for Goblin, the alpha ones are sharp bite and sharp claws, and the beta one is big ears or a roguish attitude, which is to say that this guy likes to sneak around, and perhaps even steals food from other Zetamon in order to survive. DNA type 1 and type 2? That's right, Shice, this game is woke.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, the way you decide this, by the way, the game tells you that you can either pick one, you can pick or just flip a coin. So we're gonna flip a coin twice. Heads, tails, head, tails. Oh, I guess it'll just be rolled. Okay, so let me just go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4. So in that case, we have a sharp bite. I can't believe this. I can't believe this game is a wolf. How dare you? It was a 4, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have a little shed goblin. This guy steals. This guy sneaks around. So sharp plus evasion. Let me just write sharp bite. This guy has a big ol' mouth. Sharp plus repel. I think it was repel. And the other one is roguish attitude, which is it is evasion and sneak. And lastly, I say lastly as though we still don't have a bunch of steps to go. So after you have gained a locomotion, alpha, and beta DNA for your Zetamon, a villainous land shark goblin. See, this is where we're gonna start getting some ideas, okay? I'm actually gonna pull out the iPad in a second and we're gonna figure out what this guy does. But first, we have to figure out its affinity. All Zetamon have an affinity to the natural elements of the world. Just to remind you, the 6 elements of the world are chem, which is for all kinds of chemical reactions that destroy or alter matter. For instance, things like rust and fire. This is the home of radiation and poisoning and all the beautiful things that are not just fire. Bolt is home to the natural elements, such as lightning, storms. It is also home to Zetamon that love to fly real high up in the sky. When did Blaze become chem? About like 3 weeks ago. I believe it was Star in the Discord made a really good point about how I think chem is a bigger, more interesting identity than just fire. Is light under a bolt, or would that be meta? Light is absolutely under a bolt. Light as the concept of, ions would probably be bolt. Light as the idea of something that is holy would be meta. Aqua is water in all of its forms, even steam, by the way. That's also differentiation, by the way. Frost, water, liquid water, light is in ions, whatever, you get it. You get photons, whatever, you get it. Damn. Of all people, of course it would be fucking Hans. Of course Hans would call me out. By the way, there's a little bit of pairings, by the way. Aqua and dust are the inorganic matter elements. Water is all the, aqua is all the liquid inorganic elements, while dust is the minerals and rock-based, ground-based, metal-based Zetamon who thrive in those kind of environments. Light has a concept of radiation, chemistry, yeah, for sure. Bio is bioreactive. This is the unruly, wild nature of in the world of Zetamon, where plants are constantly taking over civilization. There's a little bit of world building in Zetamon that I haven't told you yet, and I will continue to not tell you as I walk over to metaphysical. Metaphysical is literally the unknown energy that may come from a different realm of reality, a different planet altogether. This is the energy that cannot be fit properly and neatly into any of the other 5 families. Meta is the weirdness. It is psychic powers. It is demons and angels and a bunch of other stuff. Speaking of demons and angels, while I was working on Zetamon, I realized that there's a really easy angle for turning this into an SMT game. So get excited for the Shin Megami Tensei spin-off of Zetamon. So these are the 6 elements. So here's how you roll for affinity. You roll 1d6, then you roll a second d6, re-roll the second d6 until it's a different result. That gives you your affinity and your weakness. So let's do that. 2. 2 and 2, we re-roll that 2 until we get something else, by the way. I said we re-roll that 2 until we get something else. I said we re-roll that 2 until we get something else. Much better. Okay, so 2 and 6. 2 and 6. Cosmos is really against you today. This is why I felt the need to. So this is a bolt-based goblin, by the way. A bolt-based goblin that is weak to meta, by the way. Bolt and meta. So already I'm getting ideas. So if we envision meta as like the home of like any kind of like metaphysical concept, like like divine energy or like demonic energy or like psychic energy, and all those things live over there. I like the idea of like perhaps the concept of like kind of like a fairy idea, like the heroism energy fending off against this inherently a nasty little goblin. Thank you, Dallas. Holy magic, perhaps, yeah. So I'm picturing perhaps this Zetamon is weak to the concept of holiness. Maxi, that's how you spell holiness. Yeah. So what? Because we know that this guy likes to steal. So it's a little bit of a thief, a little bit of a rogue, a little bit of a silly guy. Has a big old sharp bite. And lastly, we have the affinity, we have the weakness. He steals power to play satanic video games. Dude, could you imagine? You joke, but you putting the Z at the end of video games is kind of making me think that maybe is he a gamer? Maybe he's a gamer, we'll see. The last thing is that your affinity gives you access to a cool, mighty neat, rare trait. He's a shark chewing on internet cables. Dude, I actually kind of like that. So, that's right. There is a list. There is 36 unique powers available exclusively just to your type. Yo, hi Rain. Hello. It's been a long time to see. How you doing?
Welcome.
Hey, boo.
I pressed the wrong button twice. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you with the hey boy. I meant to hit you with this.
Welcome back.
I was gonna say thank you for sharing your photos on the Discord, Rain. By the way, it was really cute. By the way, I do want to clarify something. Wait, no, I love that hey boy. Oh, do you? Hell yeah. Okay. So I do want to say we're not gonna make all the Zetamon today because I know myself too well. We're 40 minutes into the stream and we're just getting to about deciding one Zetamon. I only have 3 tables ready. Aqua is complete, Chem is complete, and so is Bolt. Dust, I started working on Dust. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Now, shouldn't we have a timer? The timer is on. I don't have it on the screen because I will be changing the layout of the stream as you see over the course of the stream. So I didn't want it being in the way. As Dallas rightfully pointed this out a little while ago, this table of rare traits is essentially like magic powers, essentially. It is essentially the thing that makes your Zetamon stand out, and it's like weird, unique features of your Zetamon. And, you know, it might make or break your Zetamon. I don't know. We'll see. So there's 36 traits. 17 that boost your attacking stats. 17 that boost your defensive stats. And there's always 2 unique traits at the end of these tables. Adaptability makes it so you instead roll on the Zetamon's weakness instead of their affinity for the trait, almost as though your Zetamon has adapted from the thing that it is the most weak to. And the other one is called duality, where your Zetamon gains a second type, but also a second weakness. That right there, that will also be available as part of Zetamorphosis. I do want to clarify that right now we're creating a stage 1, a basic Zetamon, okay? We're creating, this is literally like babies. And I know what you're thinking, Maxi, that babies is like half the size of a person. Well, people said they wanted big Zetamon, so here you go. I got you. Siska said, Maxi, I want to ride a giant mouse as a mount. And I said, well, if Siska wants it, Siska's gonna get it. Siska's gonna get it. So we have roll on the side, roll on the shape, the affinity, and now we're gonna roll on the trait. Please, for the love of God, I'm gonna what? Big mouse. It's true. It's true. So the table for the rare traits, by the way, it is a D66. Maxi, why not a D666 table? Don't worry about it. So we're gonna roll 2 6s. 1, that's easy. 1 and 6. Okay, so it's the 6th trait on the table. The 6th trait is lightning fast strikes. This Zetamon has an internal organ that boosts the speed of its attacks, allowing it to release a non-stop barrage of blows. So I'm picturing like clearly a karate goblin, perhaps a karate goblin. Crush and climb, by the way. Lightning fast strikes. I realize that this is like the Sarah Aura kind of like vibe. So its unique rare trait is lightning fast strikes, and we established that it is crush and climb. Crush, climb. Let me just plop all of its bonuses into on the thingy. Give me the circle. Computer, can I please have a circle emoji, please? Sorry, more like ora goblin. Like a gorablin. Ooh, gorablin. Gorablin. Gorablin, perhaps. Yo, hi Erasmo, welcome in.
Welcome.
So a bonus to defense. We're gonna do sense. Well, a bonus to sense. A bonus to defense. A bonus to the skill use. A bonus to sharp and repel. A bonus to sharp. And you also have crush as well. You also have crush as an ability. That gives this guy more things they can try, which I very much appreciate that. Evasion, sneak, and climb. Relatively pretty straightforward. A little bit of bonuses everywhere. I'm okay with that. Sneak and climb. I feel like Lucilla got really lucky in getting a bunch of bonuses to run. Nonetheless, there will also be, I want to clarify, there will also be a little bit of customization in the stats of your Zetamon. Originally, I moved away from that, but I'm moving back to it because I realized there's enough wiggle room in the numbers where you're able to actually essentially train unique stats of your Zetamon. So, for instance, if you wanted to make a buffy Goblin, this name is kind of dumb. We'll see if we keep it. You could buff. You could literally train its HP so it becomes beefier. Peter says, you're circling around it like a shark that does game dev. There you go. So, this is the part now where we do the finishing touches. So we first have to envision the Zetamon. I'm definitely envisioning... I like the idea. I like the idea of, like, I'm envisioning, what are the ideas here? We have Goblin. Gotta love a Goblin. Gotta love a Goblin. The sharp teeth really do make me imagine the shark bite. So let's do like a, shark bite Goblin. And the lightning fast strikes make me think that perhaps he, maybe we take that roguish demeanor and we take it a little bit, like Peter is saying arcade games. It makes me think that maybe he has like the outline of like a beat 'em up character, Electric Shark Goblin sounds adorable. Isn't there a Shark Goblin? Isn't there a Goblin Shark? There's a Goblin Shark, right? Oh yeah, he looks horrible. Don't Google this. Kids, don't Google this. Maybe we could make him cute. We could make him cute. They're disgusting. I love them, says Rain. Hides in the mess of cables you have under your table. They're nasty little guys. I'm picturing perhaps he has like an outline, like he's a beat 'em up character. Beat 'em up character outline. I almost said abyssal dogfish. Sorry, abyssal dogfish sounds like something the angry video game nerd would say. I would rather drink abyssal dogfish water. Anyways, I'm sorry. They partially inspired Alien. That's incredible. I love nature. I'm gonna grab a couple of things from Google Images, by the way. I'm gonna grab a couple of inspirations. I'll be right back. What's a good fellas? Name good, interesting beat 'em up characters. You know what? Top beat 'em up games. I just want to look up beat 'em up characters and just get an idea for like the outlines. Okay. The guys from Final Fight, Cody. Okay. Unfortunate looking sharks. They are. Hi, Mysterioso. How you doing?
Welcome.
JoJo Heritage. Oh my. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, yo, wait. Hold up. JoJo Heritage for the future characters. I think Abigail from Final Fight is wicked. Maybe actual Street Sharks Plague. You're actually kind of. You know what? Plague is making... You know what? Maybe he's chonky. Wait, hold up. I think I found the perfect pose, actually, for him. I'm gonna grab some images just for reference, by the way. I'm gonna copy this. You're cooking now. Plague is cooking. Okay, so I'm thinking... Oh, but I'm showing you what I got already. Like I like the pose. Okay, I like the pose. So we take a little bit of a street shark. Okay, a little bit of a street shark. Now let me go find some. Oh man, I didn't think I'll get through Eternity 5. Yo, hell yeah, Dale. Good job. Is there like a JoJo character stands, not stand, by the way. I know what a stand is. Also, I love it was Peter, right? Peter, yeah, Peter referring to JoJo for the PS1 by its Christian name, Heritage for the Future. You know what, JoJo, pose cute. Neither of these poses are cute, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will not draw this goblin shark doing the JoJo pose pointing at the screen. Oh my God, Star. I feel like JoJo is pretty anti-cute. No, JoJo can be cute. Look at Joseph Joestar. He's so cute. He could never do anything wrong, except for that, and maybe that, and that. Okay, okay. Have him do the Jacko pose instead. Shut up. I googled the okay, I'm gonna be honest. I googled the Jacko pose just to wonder if maybe I could make it work. There's no way I can make this work. Okay, okay. So let's get back to Abigail, Streets of no, Final Fight. Yeah, there was a mystery. I mean, yeah. Abigail from Final Fight is actually, he's huge, man. He's huge. He's like the entire screen. He's a little bit too big. I'm thinking, oh, you know what, actually? Marvel versus Capcom 2 sprites. Hit me with like, you know what? I know exactly what it is. It's Wolverine from Marvel versus Capcom 2. Okay, you know what? That's what it is. That's what I want. That's what I want. This is the pose that I'm looking for. That's him. Your Honor, that's the man I'm looking for. Okay, can I get a good photo of this? Thank you. Also, please enjoy the display of all the thumbnails that I've done over the time, by the way. Violent Storm has some pretty good characters. I love that Plague is here to like direct me. Let me go look this up, by the way. But in case you're wondering, Maxi, why aren't you showing your screen? I don't want to dox myself. Google loves to do that. Violent Storm characters. Oh, dude, this is a look, man. This is a look. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, I'll show you what's on the screen, by the way. These are the characters from the video game Violet Storm from 1993. The pastel color palette makes it seem like they're not characters from a beat 'em up. It makes it seem like they're characters from a sitcom. I feel like their faces should be fading in and out while the Full House theme is playing. Whatever happened to newspaper, even on TV? Everywhere you go, everywhere is my heart in my heart. I feel I belong to. Everywhere you go, somebody who needs you. I'm sorry. I would play a dating sim with those four. Peter says they all look like Barbie's friends, except the red guy. He's the new Ken. Dude. Ken versus the Ken she tells you not to worry about. Better, cooler Ken. All right, back to hiding the screen, by the way. Okay, that was a wonderful little detour. So I have Wolverine's pose. I have him. The last thing we need, I would like. Perhaps this might be enough to just work with. Perhaps. My question is, how can we carry that he is weak, that this guy is weak to metaphysical? Perhaps he's dumb. Perhaps we have him, he looks a little dum-dum. He looks like a little dum-dum. A pentagram? Alternatively, like, we could have him, you know, he has an aesthetic of being a villainous bad guy. Wherever they go, they throw bent spoon at them. There you go. He looks like a dum-dum. He looks evil. He gets an F on their tests. His meta weakness is crossword puzzles. Okay. All right, I feel like it's time to break out the drawing tablet. While I do that, fellas, I want to let you know, by the way, that this stream is supported by viewers just like you. Please consider supporting the stream by going to coffee.com/Kirin. I'm gonna move the mic, by the way, don't mind me. Okay. I'm also gonna turn on the AC. It's a little warm in here. There we go. All right, fellas, welcome to my Welcome back to living inside of my, where do I put you? There you go. Oh, great. If I put the window away, you can't see it. Perfect. Okay, so I can't actually see my reference, huh? What if I do this? That's good enough. Okay. Yeah, so welcome to being inside of my iPad, by the way. Hello. Let me just, there you go. Perfect. So it is very square, but that's hip. There you go. So hey, welcome to my iPad, by the way. Yes, I have been drawing more little guys. Yes, you are being spoiled on tomorrow, by the way. Yes, tomorrow I'm posting oh my god, because I moved the window, it doesn't show everything. Incredible. Okay. It's fine. I don't need my references. I don't need to look at my references. I do also, I won't share this, but here's the shiny version, by the way, of Gardevoir. I feel like I did a pretty good job with Gardevoir, especially the folds of the little skirting of its body, whatever you call that. By the way, I always pictured that Gardevoir's chest. The shiny looks so good in your style. Thank you. By the way, this thing right here, the little like spiky thing that it has, I've always thought that they were like, I thought it was the little hammer that doctors use to test your your reflexes. Like they just grab Gardevoir by the waist and just slam it on your knee. Anyways, that's just the way my brain works. She just has an open heart. No, that can't possibly be what they meant by it. That can't possibly be what they meant. Anyway, so welcome to a quick sketch. By the way, this won't be a finished sketch like I did for Chinchilla, Lonchilla, whatever, same difference. What if I moved my references to the side, huh? This is good enough. I can work with this. She becomes able to hit 2 knees when she megas. There you go. Yeah. That's exactly how it works. So I'm gonna just do some rough shaping, by the way, with a big thick brush, just to get me around worrying about just what it looks like. So just we always begin with shapes, by the way. And because I'm thinking about the idea of it actually being kind of based on a goblin shark, perhaps I'm gonna give it the big old snoot that it has. Perhaps its eyes are literally in the snoot, perhaps. Perhaps the eyes are really far apart, hence why it's kind of a silly guy. I don't know if I like the way that the way that I'm kind of like, we're just beginning somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Eyes of the snoot. Starting with shapes is so helpful. It is. Let's just start with general shapes, as I said that I would. Yeah, so I would like him to be kind of squatting, I don't want to say that I'm taking the Wolverine pose as like hard inspiration, but I guess I kind of am. Is that the wheels? Oh, all right. Listen. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. So we have described that this Zetamon. Oh my god. Wait, what if he's just Chonk? What if he's just Chonk, man? What if he's just Chonk? And I would like hit me with like, Maxi, you're literally recreating the Wolverine pose. Yeah, you know what? I gotta start somewhere. I want to give the biggest shout out, by the way, to my good friend Chippy. What if his eyes were shaped like electrical outlets? Oh. You make a fair point. You're not actually super wrong with that. And again, I don't know if he's gonna actually have a dorsal fin. Maybe even those weird ones they have in France. I realize that if I make him look like this, he kind of looks like one of those guys from Oh No Monsters. Plague knows what I'm talking about. Look at this. Oh, look at this asshole. Look at this asshole. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Fellas, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. This is actually not his. This is actually an ear, by the way, not a dorsal fin. He kind of looks like that guy from Ni no Kuni. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Which guy? Real monsters. That's Grum looking dude. I knew Plague would know, by the way. He does kind of, you know, again, we're just starting with the looks, by the way. We're just starting with the looks. And I want to tell you, first off, I want to stop and say big shout outs to Chippy. My good friend Chippy taught me that it's okay to just draw and cut and then just, you know, just put shapes on the just put shapes on the canvas, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm going to show you the power of just cutting shit out and then just pasting it back in, okay? I'll show you the power of gubbos, man. This guy's kind of growing on me, by the way. He is actually kind of growing on me. And one other thing, by the way, is that in the book there will be kind of like a Zetamon design guidebook to kind of help people figure out how to make creatures, because you know this is you know, it's not easy. Goblino vibes. You're not wrong. Putting shapes on the canvas as opposed to what, says Siska. So I was a line artist, okay? I always began with the lines. He kind of looking like Pac-Man, by the way. He do kind of be looking like Pac-Man. He do kind of be looking like Pac-Man. There's something about the outlet eyes that is kind of speaking to me, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I never started with shapes before, so that's me. Perhaps it was just me. Who knows? I do. You know what? I realized one way to show that he's a big punchy guy is to give him kind of like the Mega Man style, like big arms. You know what I'm saying? Something like this. Something like this. Something like this. My question is, Maxi, what is? You know, okay, so he's mean, right? This is a mean kind of like, you know, a mean guy. Perhaps a little bit of a nip in the ear to indicate that he's kind of rough and tumble. Maybe he gets into fights, you know. Something like that. Piercings are very goblin coded. My only issue is that like the piercing asks the question of who pierced this guy. You know what I'm saying? Give him piercings. Who gave this guy piercings? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I'm gonna do my favorite thing in the world, by the way. He can pierce himself. This will be the goblin that pierces the heavens. Maybe the piercings are like machine parts. Okay, I'm listening. Anyways, my favorite part, by the way, we flip the canvas. We hate what we're making, so we grab the liquefy tool, and we start just going bananas on here. Okay. First off, these fists have got to be bigger, man, okay? I want to show this guy, he punches a lot and he punches hard. Let's make the legs smaller. You know what? I actually kind of like, you know what? I kind of like him. Oh my god, small feet, big hands. Small feet, big hands. Oh my god, small feet, big hands. This is good character. Oh my god, small feet, big hands. But Plague, you know who he reminds me, by the way? What's the name of the guy from Street Fighter? The guy who he looks like a butler. He kind of reminds me of him now. He's got that like... Brother, I have the premium version. What do you mean? Dudley, it looks like he's reminding me, he's giving Dudley. Let me just make sure. Let me log in to my account that I own. Yeah, Dudley, okay. Reconnect, please. May I please, can I please have my account, please? No, I was thinking Dudley. Oh, wow. You're telling me that I have a lifetime account to this program? Wow, crazy. Anyways, can I please go back to using the app like I was using it before? And actually, let me grab a picture of Dudley real quick. Computer, give me a picture of Dudley. Street Fighter Dudley. Oh, Dudley's shape is so much fun though. I'll show you what Dudley looks like, by the way. Dudley's shape is so fun though. Oh my, dude, I love his look. I love him. Yeah, like just like the big chest and then like the straight pants. Oh, look at him. You know what? Perhaps we'll take a little of inspo from Dudley. Perhaps we will. Perhaps we will. Perhaps we will. Let me cover the screen for a second while I reconnect my iPad though. Now I know what you're thinking, Maxi. You said you were making the character be kind of inspired by like Wolverine. Fella, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, okay? When it comes to the sign, you follow the idea that is fun, okay? So right now I like the idea of him kind of having that like Dudley-esque stance, you know? And one thing that I want to clarify is that when you're making a Zetamon, you are like, you can reinterpret what the stats mean. Like you don't have to lock into what you rolled. You can reinterpret what it means. Hell yeah, Scheist. And Rain says that someone on the internet once said you can do whatever you want whenever. Is spiked gloves? I actually like... We could try the spiked gloves. We could perhaps try... Let me flip him back around. Flip him back around and then liquefy him some more to really like, you know... really solidify that stance. Because to me, like, the big ol' fists kind of make me think of boxing gloves. Electrical plug spiked gloves, maybe. And I don't want to give the idea. Oh, by the way, we are redrawing. By the way, we're going back in with renewed knowledge of what we want this guy to look like. A part of me kind of likes the spike glove, the gloves. I kind of like the boxing glove idea. Perhaps make this a little smaller, please. He puts electric plugs inside the gloves to cheat. Oh my god. Oh, he's a mean cheater. Ooh, I like that. 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 You know, like he kind of looks at you and goes like, "Ain't I a stinker?" That's what it is. That's what it is. He's mean. He's mean. He's mean, but he's playful about it. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Okay. Interesting idea. Peter says something about having the gloves connected by cables or something. That's interesting. I'm listening. Like, there's definitely like room to add like detailing here to connect it more to the bolt idea. I do want to clarify that bolt is not just like, you know, electricity. It's also just like the elements itself. Hurricanes, torpedoes, typhoons, you know, powerful gusts of wind, etc., etc. Like the mittens little kids have, but they're tight. Oh, I do kind of like that. Like they're tight so that it doesn't lose them. I think maybe having the ear flop down makes him look a little bit less like he's mean. You know? Like he's mean, but he's not like an asshole about it. You know what I'm saying? He's like a silly little guy. The thing is that not all Zetamon, you know, are goody two-shoes. Upper leaning ear looks more Goblin. Perhaps. We'll go back to it in a minute. This is really more of like a dolphin nose. It kind of looks like thunder though. We make the ear look like Thunderbolt! Okay. I like the ear flop. You like the ear flop, huh? Too bad. No. No, definitely like a nice, you know, let's put a smile on that face of yours kind of like vibe here. And then we're gonna edit this to make it there. Yeah, I just he's a goofy guy, you know what I'm saying? He's a goofy guy. This could be your starter Zetamon, by the way. Maxi should have a sound button that just goes, "Oh yeah, it's all coming together." It is. Now my question, no, that's a little. No, he's not a clown. I want to clarify this, by the way. Reports of this Gobbo being a clown have been grossly exaggerated. It is not a clown. He's a buffoon, but not that kind of buffoon, okay? Again, this is just a rough drawing. I want to revisit the ear. But the goal for today is just to get a feeling for what these Zetamon look like and what their personalities are, okay? Because that will also dictate what moves I will make for them. Because I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, he should be able to throw an ally, and it not only moves the ally, but it also deals damage to an enemy. I feel like that seems like a thing he could do. Dude, he's buff. Holy crap, he's buff. Rough drawing. Then why does this look so good? LOL. Oh my god. Thank you. Very sweet of you. That's doing wonders for my you know, opinion of myself internally. Self-worth, some call it. I wouldn't know. Guys, can I be honest with y'all, by the way? Rain says I can picture this little guy doing a baseball throw where an ally is the ball 100%. Kate actually complimented my doodles today, and it made me feel really happy, actually. I really look up to Cade and his art, and having Cade say that not only Cade, but also Cade was showing my drawings to Winnie, and both Cade and Winnie thought that I was doing a really good job with my drawings, including, you know, the Gardevoir one. And that means a lot because, like, Winnie is like an incredible character designer. Winnie just really understands like character shapes, and if I can get like an ounce of Winnie in here, I feel like Zetamon will be just fine. This is really cute. Thank you, Peter. Peter says, I love what you're doing with the lines. Makes it all come together. Thank you. Was that a trigger to get the voice line? Man, it's all coming together. I'm making a copy, by the way, because I'm gonna try making that ear look like a lightning bolt and see how it looks like. So the way that I would do it. Now, please don't look at that. That was a bad attempt. Okay, Maxi, do me a favor, Maxi. Just draw a lightning bolt, like literally just like on the side. Now draw me the Sabin Power Ranger lightning bolt, Maxi. Okay, good job, Maxi. Okay, now let's just grab these and just see like what they would look like. No, maybe. Goblin ear plus a thunderbolt, maybe. See, like I was thinking, like, nope. This, but reversed, perhaps. Something like this. Although I guess it could be pointing down. Something like this. I don't know. Maybe that's like too on the nose, right? Ooh, Shice made a good point. Shice says, what if it's a regular ear, but the lightning bolt is the cut in the ear? Sapphire agrees. Sapphire agrees it's too much on the nose. No, the nose is on the other side, Maxi. Thank you. Okay, so let's try that. So we're gonna uncut this guy's ear. I also feel like welcome back to Character Design 101 with Maxi, by the way. It is greatly understood, by the way, that round shapes equal friend, while heart shapes equals foe. So I feel like actually giving this guy like a curved down ear makes it like, and you know, the round of the shape, the round of the nose, and the round of the fist is really built on the fact that he's not fully evil. He's just kind of like a zany little guy. Now, Blake said, what if it was a hammerhead shark with some sort of lightning shape and or head? Maybe. Yeah, Boba's friend and Kiki's enemy. There you go. You got it. Shice, of course Shice would know. Now, this thing that I'm doing really doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be able to see the other ear from here. You really shouldn't be able to see the other ear. Let's try doing the cut-in. So what would it look like, Maxi? Wait, hold up. So it's like, Actually, I don't know how I would make that work, actually. He appears sharp like a foe on the surface, but the closer you look, the more you see that he's actually just a silly little guy who's a friend. I like that. You know what? I don't know how I would make the cut in the ear work like that. I'm gonna just go back and just give him a simple cut for now, because as much as I would like to be on him forever, I want to give him a couple more details and move on to the next guy. So we know that he's kind of like a brawler of sorts. I love his smile though. I really like how. So I feel like he has a very like humanoid looking smile, so I feel like he needs to have like really silly little guy eyes. Definitely not this. Now what's a good way? You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look at Dudley for reference, the way that they drew his eyes. Because they kind of like do like this shape for his eyes. I do realize that these eyes do make him look kind of mean. He reminds me of Rough Raff. Yeah, oh my god. Haven't thought about that in a while. Wait, I know where Rough Raff is from. Where's Rough Raff from? Yeah, those eyes make him look kinda not sure. Okay, yeah. Rain says that those eyes make him look like he feels bad about being naughty. What if we do a little bit of this then, huh? What? Not so. Okay, all right. Let me try. The dark with the teeth is a bit Joker animated series. Oh, you make a fair point, Plague. It is a little bit too Jokery. I don't know what I want to. This is just a little bit too Pac-Man-esque. No, the shark Joker. Oh, you know what? Okay, perhaps we have the implication of the eyes being like upwards from smiling. I don't feel like he needs to have he should have like irises though. Perhaps. Let me just draw like a regular just eye shape and just see like what we can do with him. Or is it time for just like, you know, what if he just has the blank eye stare? You know what I'm saying? Because this definitely makes him look more like a you know, I don't want to say this so bluntly, but like it makes him look like a wild animal, you know? Makes him look less like a guy and more like, yeah, like this is a guy that you will find, you know, in the wilderness. Perhaps punching trees to get fruit to fall off. You know? That is a genuine smile. It couldn't be hiding something dubious, as Mysterioso. There you go. See, Mysterioso agrees. Now, is there a place for us to add some of that Bolt style imagery? I think, you know. Ooh. Actually, you know what? I like because again, it's not a nose bandage, okay? It's not a nose bandage, but it's the implication of one that I kinda dig. Bold upper arm tattoo. I'm actually kind of okay with an arm marking, actually. I wonder if, like... Because, you know, he does kind of have that kind of, like, sailor kind of arm going on. I love the goofy circle eye for him. I feel like it helps make him look less like a guy. Will he get bandages? No, it's a marking on his nose. It looks like a bandage, but it's just a marking. It's there for theming purposes. Makes him look like he's got he's rough and tumble. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps some perhaps a few scratchies because he gets hurt fighting. He fights a lot. A bolt-shaped scar. I'm gonna stay a little bit away from that. It might be a little bit of a bad vibe. I know you don't mean it that way, but it could be read that way. Perhaps he's a little bit of a rough and tumble kind of guy. You're a good wizard, Gobby. There you go. Let me just fill in a little bit of darkness in here just to, Would it be the whole arm then, Maxi? No. Just leave it as is for now. And give me one of my favorite little tidbits. I love a little shadow under the lip. Okay, so fellas, normally the color scheme that your Zetamon has is going to be based off of, there's going to be a table for rolling on the colors. The way that it normally works is that the primary color, your Zetamon is made of two colors, by the way, aside from white and black. Everybody gets white and black, but that's really more of like an artistic choice. Don't worry about it. The two colors are one based on the type that your Zetamon is, and the other is based on the element that you're weak to, or alternatively, an element, I'm looking for the word for a color that complements a complementary color. Oh yeah, no. I mean, we can talk about it. My issue actually with the idea of a lightning-shaped mark is that it's also the symbol used by specifically bad people. So I don't want that. I do also want to say fuck Harry Potter and fuck J.K. Rowling. If anybody, if anybody needed that to be clarified, by the way. So I think, I mean, like, yellow makes so much sense for him though. To be a bright yellow gobbo, by the way, in case you're wondering, this color table right here is the colors from Pokemon Gen 2. You're a bigot, Harry. Thank you. Thank you, Fade Leaf. I knew you had my back. So clearly there's going to be white. The white of the teeth remains, of course. I guess I should just color them in, though, instead of deleting it. That might just be easier, honestly. Would the electric color scheme be good? Perhaps. We can... I mean, again, we're yeah. Anyways, the good thing, by the way, about having layers done this way is that I can just, if I'm not happy with the color, we can just, whoop, or even better, we can also just whoop, I like the yellow because the yellow is a very exciting color, it's a very energetic color, and I feel like it built on this guy's identity of being like a silly little goof. They will fight anything and anyone. They have been known for fighting their own shadows. In fact, the act of these Zetamon fighting its own shadows what invented the concept of shadow boxing. You like that? Is the marks on their arm their body count? No, they're just scratches from them, like, fighting. / like, running into bushes or something. He looks like he would punch trees for fun. I 100% agree. Alright, so, I don't know if they know how to count. He definitely doesn't know. He definitely doesn't know how to count. They really think their shadow is another Zetamon. See, that to me makes sense. Now, for this guy's identity, because he is weak to meta, I think it would be safe to assume that perhaps the accent color is, Do I want the gloves to be light up? No, probably not. I'm not 100% sure how I want, him to look. But I'm gonna just dump some color in here and then we'll move on to the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Because the other thing you need to keep in mind is that time will help you figure out the design better. Yo, Siska says, Maxi, while you were drawing this little freak, I was drawing one of my own. Stay excited. Dude, I'm so excited. I do want to say, by the way, that I want to... Oh, I kind of like him. He definitely needs to have more color coming in, though. So let's kind of have him... What? A little bit of... He's got shoes. He's got little booties. I kind of like the little booties. And you know what? He should have, like, markings on his back. Like sharks have that, Just a big old nostril. No. He's bald? That's right. That's right. Again, I'm not 100% sure if I'm happy with, with the color scheme, whatever. It's Sekigahara. It is. So, I like the rule that, like, the Zetamon's accent color is what they're weak to. Being kind of like a general rule. I kind of like that. I don't know if I like... This accent, Maxi, makes it look like he's got a dark eye. I don't know if I like it. Alternatively, it's just like the darkness of the eye. Fellas, how do we feel about the darkness around his eye? Be honest. What if he had no eyes and just had a marking there? I mean, like, I guess, like, we could have the lore tidbit where, like, his real eyes are, like, over here, you know what I'm saying? You think it's the nose, but that's actually his real face right there. I don't know. It just works. You know what? We're gonna leave him at this. So everybody please say hi to... Oh, crap, he needs a name! Shit, okay, we'll work on his name. Han says, the color of his eye makes him look either bruised or cunty. Either way, it's a win, though. Can't stop thinking about Bruxish. Shaboxer? Ooh, Shaboxer is interesting. Shaboxer is interesting. I'm gonna call him Franks. Shaboxer is actually kind of interesting. I will have to edit the colors for sure. But that's fine. Could you please, like, unclip yourself? There we go, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna take you back to the main screen while I send this image over to myself in the future. So give me a second. I'm gonna be right back. Boop, 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 boop. Please enjoy this slideshow while I send this image to myself. Sharkino will be close to my heart. Again, I'm not locking anything in, okay? This is gonna be Shark Boxer. Again, for me, the fun of this design process is going through, like, all the iteration, by the way. Hands out there, straight up, farking it up. You guys are hilarious. All right. So welcome back. We had some inspirations here. I don't really feel like these carried through, but that's actually perfectly okay. Let me double check that I can insert an image without doxing myself. Wow, this image is huge. You can tell that I missed a couple pixels. Anyways, I'm gonna make you smaller, by the way. He actually is really cute, fellas. He actually is really cute. That's interesting. Peter says about Beastie Ball, they wanted the name of each beastie to have at least 3 meanings. That's too much for me. I'll be honest with you, that's probably too much for me. But that's cute. I like that. Dude. Okay, so we need a name for this guy. That's actually one of the last steps, by the way, because we envisioned the guy. We picked the main and secondary color. Let me just put this in here right there. Is yellow, and then the second one is magenta. That's magenta 100%. Or fuchsia. Would you prefer fuchsia? I don't know. Alright, so as for a name, I bet this guy gets a couple. He's gonna have a little fan club of people who thinks he's cool, even though he's freaking dumb. He's dumb. He has no brain cells. Like, look at this, no brain. Okay, so I'm thinking. So we have, like, Goblin, Mischief, Bruiser, Boxer. That's true. I read that too. Yeah. Sapphire said /GN about I bet this guy gets a couple bitches. I read that as genuine instead of gender neutral. I like the word bruiser. Goxer? No, I don't like Goxer. Bruiser. Bruiser. Gruiser. Go Bruiser. Go Bruiser? I don't know. I don't like Go Bruiser. Go Bruiser is like 2 on the money, isn't it? Damn, Maxi's out there revealing Shai's actual factual name. What did I say? Go Bruiser? My Bruiser? Nah, too stupid. I mean, like, you know, there is no harm in brainstorming. I want to make that very clear. This is a stream where everyone is welcome to give their ideas. My Bruiser tips hat. I love you, Shiest. I actually love you, Shiest. That's actually really funny. Yeah. You know what? Some people will not appreciate that joke. Some people don't have the refined taste to understand that joke. I do. Thank you. Go Bruiser is speaking to me, but it's also such a nothing name. I feel like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run these names by Kitty, and if Kitty laughs at them, then they're in. Cause like the oh it's wait what if it's wait what if it's Bruiser? Bruiser like it. What if it's like two B's Bruiser? Aquamarine, whatever scientific name a shark is. That's fair. That's fair. Kind of sounds like go bruising. Yeah. I like. Okay, so I like Gubbo. I like Gubbo. Perhaps we could lean away from the Gubbo bit. Oh, did you like go Bruiser? Gobroski? Wait, hold up. Science shark name is Carcharinus, which is a little hard to use. Shruck. Go Bruiser. Rain. I fucking love you, Rain. You externalize what I was gonna say. We misspell it. We do the classic Pokemon thing where we misspell it. Yeah, Bruiser. There you go. I think that's the one. Bruiser. I think that has so much more character than spelling it correctly. You could also read, he's like a silly guy. He's like a little bro. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bro. Oh my god. Fork Tyson? How dare you? Who was it? It was Hans was. I only know 4 boxes. I only know 4 boxers. Only 2 of them make a pun. So fellas, please say hi to Go Bruiser, and Lonchilla or Lucilla. Why are you different sizes? 15. Then become 15, son. There will be a guide in the game for how to come up with names. But for now, that's 1. Yay! Making them should speed up a little bit. Let's make a food. Oh my god. Kind of funny how we already have 2 fighting style based Zetamon. Congratulations, Peter, you have activated my trap card. The thing that I can't stand about Pokemon is that there's a fighting type. I dislike the fighting type more than I dislike the normal type. Because in Pokemon, everyone fucking fights.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone fights in Pokemon. Everyone fights. The whole purpose of the game is fighting. Everyone knows how to fight in Pokemon. It makes no sense. Hipmon Lee. So yeah, maybe these guys. Also, you know what? I don't know. It makes sense to me that an organism that is fit for surviving would survive in the wilderness of Zetamon world. Understandable, but we got Holucha. I like Shiest and Hans being like the fighting type of defenders, by the way, in chat. I see you. Anyways, I'm gonna take a second to get up and stretch. And then, don't worry, we're gonna make another Zetamon. Perhaps even a 3rd Zetamon. We'll see. Fellas, if you're enjoying the stream, please do consider leaving a like and supporting me by going to coffee.com/mkirin. Donations through there are the easiest way to support me. 100% of your support goes my way. I would like to kindly inspire you to support me if you are able. And if your name is also not able, you should support me nonetheless. Shiest says, look, I like punch dudes. So you like Go Bruiser? Rain, by the way, Rain, I'm gonna have to put like a thank you note to the people who like really got me across the finish line. But a big shoutouts to Star for coming up with Chem. Shoutouts to Rain for coming up with Go Bruiser. This is gonna make Kitty laugh. Kitty's gonna think this is funny. Mr. Eosa says, Passimian doesn't seem very disciplined to me. Alright, let me take a sip of water, and hopefully we will roll something that isn't medium. Okay. 30% chance. I will be negating any rolls that are not medium, by the way. Oh wait, I miscounted. Blasphemy, don't worry about it. All right, D10. First off, size. 7. I'm pretty sure that's medium. 7 is medium, get rerolled, son. I see. I see this is the world we are living in now, huh? This is the world I'm living in, huh? Alright. I'm pretty sure that's small. Finally, a Zetamon that is not medium. 6. What are the chances? Well, that's a 1 in 100 chance to roll the same number on a d10 twice. Maxi should have checked the fortune telling channel today. You know what? Actually, what is my fortune for the day? I'll get my fortune early. Let's see. What's my fortune for the day, Nightbot? Smallest is speed and play, by the way. Let Hoshi commit violence. What a great chippy quote. That is speed and play. Speed and play for small. Speed and play. He looks so good, man. Oh, speed and play is small. It is speed and play. And now it is time to see if I can roll a 100 again. We'll roll for the shape. There's a table, a chart with all the freaking shapes in the world. We rolled Goblin last time. Let's see what we can get out of a D100 roll. Let me put you over here. Boop, boop. That is 60 on the dot. Okay. Rain says, is play one of the stats? You know it. Play is the stat that Zetamon use in roleplay whenever they are engaged in any activity that is human-like. Perhaps wearing a trench coat to pretend to be a person, as well as, you know, perhaps juggling a ball. Any kind of, like, you know, human-based, like, behavior counts as play. Including mimicking a person's like voice if it's a bird. Perhaps a bird Zetamon can copy someone's voice using play. It is a 6 again. Yes, it is. But that is 60. So let's see what we get with 60. Damn it! Is it? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so we're gonna have to reroll this. Because 60 on the dot is shark. And we already did a shark. So, the guts blinked. Yeah, the guts blinked for sure. Let's try that again. Dale, your fortune for the day is... What's good for the Boosie is good for the Boosie, capiche?
Yeah, that makes sense.
88. I already know this is bad. Brother, there's 100 here. Stop giving me the ones that I can't show you. Oh my fucking god. Peter? Is it Peter? Is it Peter or Hans? Who wanted the pantry? Oh my god. Oh my god. Pantry Zetamon, baby. Let's go. It's shaped like food. Okay. So, oh my god. It's your Peter, congratulations. Pantry Zetamon. Okay, so, the Libra sign of Zetamon are Zetamon who look like something else. They have evolved to resemble another object, perhaps to hide themselves, or perhaps to better fit in an environment such as civilization. Pantry Zetamon happen to, for some reason, resemble food. I want you to think of Pokemon such as Applin and Appleton. Peter says, listen, if playing Vampire Survivors taught me anything, is that if you ask for something enough times, it will come true. Peter, congratulations. This is your quote, by the way. Congratulations. This is a really good quote. I almost gave it to Vampire Survivors, by the way. PETA 2025. That's how one of the characters got made. Someone asked for a Mecha Dragon 13 times. 13 times is not even that bad. Anyway, so so all the guys in Libra are unique in that their locomotion is not built into their shape. What I mean is that, for instance, a goblin walks on 2 feet. Dude, that's a great quote. 1100, by the way. So Goblin Zetamon walk in 2 feet. Shark Zetamon have flippers or fins. A lion Zetamon walks on 4 legs, etc, etc, etc. The Libra Zetamon, because they are mimics per se, or because they may have developmental systems that allow them to move in different motions, they get to roll a d4 to see what kind of locomotion they have. Yo, I love that, Peter. God, I love Vampire Survivors. So welcome. Oh my god, I can't believe we got Pantry. Peter, you're very lucky. You're a very lucky person. So 1d4, 2 legs, they roll around, they bounce, or they float. Let's send it, fellas. 1d4. 4. Fucking whatever I think is inconvenient. These guys float, by the way. So this could be a floating carrot, a floating piece of cake. They float, which gave them evasion and sense. Okay, they float. Oh, first off, by the way, you are, by the way, your type is Pantry. Your locomotion is float, which gives you evasion and sense. It is evasion and sense. There you go. Now, Pantry Zetamon have 2 unique DNA to them. Now, Maxi, why is there rolling here? Didn't you originally have it so that the shape would just give you 2 things? And no, I mean, originally you were just gonna get an alpha trait and a beta trait from your shape. I thought more options are more fun, and also a lot of animals had more than 1 feature to them, so I wanted to, highlight how, make it more interesting, make it more fun. So now we roll twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The options are a rolling tackle. The Zetamon is able to, roll up its whole body and charge into enemies. Alternatively, it perhaps use this to knock fruit off of a tree, or it has a healing touch. When it comes in contact with someone in pain, it can ease their pain, or it can, perhaps even resuscitate someone who's passed out. As for their other abilities, we have Healing Aura, which again, it's relatively similar to that, and Living Trap. This is the Mimic trait, by the way. Now, I want to clarify that some of these traits are shared among different body types. Living Trap is only for Pantry, by the way. Only Pantry has Living Trap as its trait, which I very much like. I hope we get it. I would very much like a Mimic Cake. So I'm hoping for a 4 on the second die. Let's see. Womp womp. So 3 and 2. So 3 and 2 means Healing Touch. Are we doing double heals? Double heals? Are we really doing double heals, Maxi? Healing Touch and Healing Aura? I mean, like, Blake says, what if it's a floating fruit bowl, but it gets more fruit as it evolves? I kind of love that. Comfort food? Okay, I'm doing it. Also, Healing Touch gives it blast, which means it's a range attacker. I kind of love that. Healing Touch, which is of course blast and heal, and Healing Aura, which is HP. It's HP and heal. Okay. I am excited. Could you imagine the lineup for, like, choose your character, and it's freaking Bruiser, Lucilla, and then a freaking bowl of fruit? This is incredible. This is incredible. Forgive me, let me take a sip of water. And now for things to get extra silly. The unfortunate reality is that this bowl of fruit cannot be dust, bio, or meta. It has to be chemical, bolt, or aqua, because I don't have the other tables done. So let's see what we get. The idea of like a chemical, chemical pantry is so funny to me. What it looks like? It looks like medicine. Peter says, what if it's What if it's dust, but the fruit bowl is the Zetamon? I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like the bowl being the actual Zetamon. Bananas are slightly radioactive. Are they actually? That feels like something Hans could clarify. Yo, if bananas are actually slightly radioactive, I wanna... They are? Okay, we are 100% leaning into that. In that case, they got potassium. Interesting. That's so funny. That is so funny. A radioactive bowl of bananas. That is actually kind of hilarious. This really tickles me, by the way. I made a joke once that potassium's gotta taste like bananas. That's funny. That's funny. Sorry for butchering your joke, by the way. Okay, I'll read the whole thing. I made a joke once, says Siska, that potassium's gotta taste like bananas. And Hans was like, no, you would just catch fire and die. I actually really like that, to the extent that I'm actually not gonna roll for element. I'm gonna exercise one of the notes that will be in the book, where if you have a fun idea for a Zetamon, don't bother rolling. Just pick the one that makes sense for the cool thing you're coming up with. Now, we will be rolling for weakness though, so we will be re-rolling once for the weakness. 3. You know what, actually? Being weak to aqua kind of makes a lot of sense. You know what? Peter, how fucking dare you? Peter says, also, if it's a banana, would its evolution be a banana split? Would chem/bio be almonds because they taste like poison? That's actually pretty funny. Alternatively, could also be coriander or cilantro. Do Zetamons have split evolutions? Well, Scheist, here's the fun thing. In this game, you will be able to make as many split evolutions as you want. You'll also be able to make variants of any of the Zetamon that anyone makes. And also, and I'm gonna say this again because it was one of my favorite features about this game, okay? Is that this game will feature trading. In that you can trade Zetamon records with other players. If you make a cool Zetamon, you can be like, hey, here's a Zetamon I made, and then when I'm playing, I can just have that Zetamon appear in my setting. I think that's dope as fuck. And yeah, you know, like, because to me, there's just a kind of magic in the idea of like, hey, I was playing with your Zetamon, and I wanted to make an evolution for it, so I made it. Here it is. I'm gonna trade it back to you. God damn it, Hans. I think smokers are exposed to about 150,000 bananas an hour, but don't quote me. Hans, you know that when you say that, you're asking to get quoted, right? This is, by the way, being funny and asking to not be quoted is the way to get quoted, by the way. But I wanted him to be baby. He can still be baby. He can still be baby. I prefer to use bananas to measure space, not toxicity. How dare you? Okay. Get quoted, nerd. There you go. Alright. Rain says if we get all the total of quotes to 1111, we get to make a wish. Hans is shaking my head. Americans using bananas for meters. I will say... No, well, a red banana? That could perhaps be a red banana. Alright, so... affinity is chem. Weakness is aqua. Makes a lot of sense if you ask me. A racing banana? Perhaps. Can I... Am I gonna bother tallying up the stats? It has 2 heal, which is funny. Plantain, perhaps. Alright, so... Let's envision what this guy looks like, okay? We're gonna start getting some... I'm gonna get some reference images. Let me go grab a banana. Red bananas. There must be a red banana in real life. And not just the bananas from, oh my god, this is a real life red banana. And they do kind of be looking a certain way, I'm not gonna lie. What if it's like, okay, tell me if this is a good idea, okay? What if it's like, it's a creature, but its hair looks like bananas? You know, kind of like Ken in Street Fighter. Oh, great, the captions are off. Captions, wake up, captions. It's time for you to get back to work, captions. How about this? There we go. Maxi, you forgot about the rare trait. I forgot about the rare trait. You're so right. Let me go paste this image of bananas that I found. Dude, look at these red bananas. Look at these red bananas. They're huge. Anyways, so let's roll on the rare attribute. I'm so excited to start drawing that I just immediately forgot. So the rare trait from the chemistry, from the chem family. This could, we should use bananas as stoplights. Those are some good bananas, they are. So D36 or D66, let's see where we get out of this. You bastard. You absolute freaking bastard, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Order 6-6. I mean, like, that means that this guy is dual type. Well, fuck it. We'll make this guy dual type. We'll make him dual type. Okay, alright, fine. The gods have winked again. Okay, this guy has 2 types. Okay, fine. Okay, it has 2 types and 2 weaknesses. Okay. It makes sense because this Zetamon is gonna be able to heal, so like might as well just freaking destroy them so nobody runs healing. Well, welcome to teaching you once again that you should never run healing in a competitive game. All right, so they got dry eyes, so let's roll affinity again. Let me double check that I'm doing this correctly. This Zetamon has a secondary affinity. Roll the affinity and weakness, then roll on the secondary affinities perk table. If the Zetamon already had a secondary affinity, re-roll it. Among Us mentioned, there you go. It is 2d6. This is gonna suck so much because it's gonna roll up an element that I don't have ready. Meta. Okay, alright, okay. Its meta and its weakness is aqua again. I think this means that according to the rules, it has plus 40 weakness to aqua, which is kind of hilarious. It's a plus 40 weakness to aqua. Do not water your bananas. I mean, like, that's kind of funny. That is actually kind of hilarious. So we're supposed to roll on the table for meta, by the way. A table that does not exist. So I'm thinking. Also, by the way, when I thought of the red bananas, all I could think of were the red bananas from Donkey Kong 64, by the way. I'm old. What if we make a trait live on stream right now? We're gonna make a trait inspired by one of the traits in the chem tier. We'll just kind of wing it, okay? We'll just kind of wing it, okay? 1-4. What is the 1-4? Fire breather. Okay. So, Hans. Muse is the name of a Japanese idol group. Namely from the Love Life franchise. They're called Muse. Let them read thoughts. So the ability that we rolled was Fire Breather. So it has some sort of blasting capability. Unique, add this to the list later trait. Blast, and I'm actually okay with an ESP kind of like bonus. I'm okay with that. I guess perhaps, I mean, I guess we could do mind reading. Mind reading is kind of hilarious. It could be it could just be a bonus to stats then. I mean, mind reading would be on the list anyway. Although a 1/4 implies that it would be a bonus to attack. They get a little wet and they explode like sticks of dynamite. How dare you? Peter says, I love how I kept talking about food Zetamon as a joke and now I broke Maxi's tables. Psychic floating fruit bowl, what is your wisdom? Half of the fun of this game is making creatures and trying to figure out what they are. Am I gonna roll back this being a chem meta bowl of fruit? Perhaps I should walk this back. This is a little bit too samey for the basic set. You know what? I might actually, you know what? I'm gonna walk this back. I'm gonna editorialize this a little bit. I'm gonna walk this back. We're gonna roll. What is prickly pear? They got different colors and spikes. Prickly pear is the word I'm looking for. It's not pitaya, it's the other one. Maxi about to snap the banana. What if it's a prickly pear? You know what? Prickly pears are also known in Mexico as... Oh my god. Mexico name. No, what are they called? No. Prickly pear, what is it called? What is the prickly pear called in Mexico? I'm losing my mind over here. It's tuna! Oh my god, it's a tuna! Oh my god, sorry. I'm like, my brain was like, there's a joke here, Maxi. By the way, this is a prickly pear, by the way. I kinda like the idea of a prickly pear, kinda like... There's something here that like, Play is giving me an idea. There's an idea here somewhere. I feel like I should know this. No, see, the thing is that, listen, it gets dumber, by the way, because in Mexico, the word for tuna is atún, which is just moving the A, the A from tuna to the beginning as opposed to the end. A prickly pear shaped like a tuna. Nepalis, I think? No, Nepalis is the name for the prickly cactus that is edible. To me, this seems like the reason why they are weak to aqua is because the hydration just like perhaps ruins the chemical reaction that it utilizes to fight. And speaking of reaction, let's reroll what its actual ability is. Oh, hi Kitty, everyone shut up, my wife is here. Hi wifey. Yeah, the water causes him to rot. 6-2. So that is gonna be 6. Wait, no, it's in the last 6 is the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, not trash compactor. No, I got trash compactor. Hi wife, we're making Zetamon. It got, yeah, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It got trash compactor. Oh my god. This Zetamon has an unusually large mouth, which it uses to consume trash. This Zetamon's stomach has adapted to eating refuse, which it finds by digging around bins and landfills. That's right. It's a red banana that eats trash. Do you see Banana Man? Hold up, Banana Man. Maxi, you want to see my weird little guy? I do. I do want... what is this? Sorry, there's a... Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat. Yeah, there you go. There's a figure of a banana on peeling itself, but it looks like someone flashing their you-know-what, and I'm distressed. I do want to make it very clear, by the way, that this is not a plant. It looks like a plant, but it isn't a plant. That is the one thing you need to keep in mind, is that this is a pantry Zetamon. It looks like food, it isn't food. A Mingo? Plague, you're so right on the money. It's a Mingo from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's actually 3, by the way, but whatever. MC3. We could make a Mingo, but just make him, like, a little bit less racially insensitive. Hear me out on Mini Root. Maxi, show your wife the red bananas. Don't tell me what to do with my wife and in our private time. Okay, so mini root. Okay, I'm looking up. They pop when they're wet. Interesting. That's cute. Peter says, speaking of fruit, cocoa fruit would be funny. Cocoa would be funny. Yeah, because cocoa fruit looks freaking like nightmarish, man. I don't even know if I can show it on stream. It looks nightmarish. Anyways, so here's the references we have so far. This is a joke, by the way. We're not gonna make it based after the peanut butter jelly guy. So it's a trash compactor. This guy looks like fruit, and it eats trash. Oh, by the way, Kitty, we designed a Zetamon today so far. Please say hi to Bruiser. Kitty, can I please get your hot take on Bruiser, please? So cute. Freaking got him. Kitty, how do you feel about the name Bruiser? Bruiser. You think it's cute, Kitty? You think the name is good? Get ready, fellas. We got him. We got him, fellas. We got him. We got him. I like it. Perfect. There we go. Got him. Got him. Point goes to Rain. Rain came up with that name. Hans says, Kitty, what's your opinion on the name Fark Typhoon or Mohammed Sharky? Kitty, you don't have to answer that question. Let me go look at a trash compactor. Trash compactor. Let me go look at like maybe like a trash container. Perhaps a trash container. It would be kind of funny if he kind of looked like a trash container. I mean, I hate to be a bumhole, but like this is like the look though, right? Like this is like the look, right? 100 Go Bruisers versus 1 Hans. It's a clear win. Hey, oh yeah, Siska drew a guy. Wait, Siska, maybe you shouldn't attach it to the stream. Dude, that's hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, I love your line work, Siska. Hell yeah. I can't wait to mess that guy up in our next D&D campaign. Or episode, really. There's trash containers meant for only plant-based items. Ooh. Oh, like an organic trash. Yeah. Like a compost. Compost. A compost bin. Plague, you're a fucking genius. Compost bin. Compost bin. Oh my god, a compost bin. I'm looking through pictures of compost bins. They kind of just look like regular trash cans, but still, though. I'm trying to look for one that also isn't just covered in gross stuff, by the way. Wait, hold up. What if he has like a banana peel on his head? What if he has a banana peel on his head? Like, what if he's got like refuse on his head? Oh, the image is not supported. Oh, perfect. Then thank you for letting me know. Right there and then. That's a banana photo. That's a tune-up photo. That's that guy photo. Brother, just take the photo, brother. Just take the photo, brother. The barrel seems more floaty. Oh, I forgot he floats. Oh my god, I forgot he floats. Let's actually re-review what we got here, by the way. So this is a smaller Zetamon. It's a smaller Zetamon. It floats, and it has a healing property to it. Perhaps we may have to steer a little bit away from the original potassium-based joke. So let me just write down here the notes, okay? Notes. It's small. What if its body parts are all banana shaped? Perhaps. Although I do want to say, you know, at some point you have to make sure that you're not leaning too hard on a bit. It's small. It floats. It is able to heal. No, don't apologize. You're good. You're good. Looking at the colors we got for the reference, they fuck. These are like, this is a Plakesword color scheme, by the way. It's green and purple. This is like Plakesword's color scheme to a T. When the doctor becomes the apple. Ooh. I mean, it doesn't have to be like poisonous or anything. I actually kind of like Hans's joke about the doctor becomes the apple. What if it is? I mean, apples, apple seeds have poison in them. It's an apple. Here's a Zetamon that looks like an apple. A doctor away. Dr. Apple. Drapple? I don't know if Drapple is a good name. Dr. Apple. There is something here. I do like this bulbous shape, though. I definitely like the bulbous shape. I like bulbous shape. I like the colors. Dapple? Wait, Dapple, and he has a little... Wait, what if Dapple? Apple with... What if he has like a... He has like a... The word I'm looking for is apothecary. Wait, apothecary... What is the age that I'm looking for? Apothecary uniform. So this is gonna just give me like freaking like modern day. What did apothecaries look like in the past? Apothecary, the era that I'm Victorian. They mostly had an apron, huh? A white apron. Apple seeds do have cyanide. That's the word that I was looking for, by the way. Perhaps a pun with the word tincture. He looks bulbous, like a medicine bottle, perhaps. Drupal. Oh, like little drops. Drupal. Yeah, that's a good point, Rain. Yeah, apple seeds have cyanide. That's why you shouldn't eat apple seeds. A floating apple with the doctor's gear and the coat just dangling in the air. I kind of like that, actually. I actually kind of like the dangling cloth parts, actually. Okay, we're actually... I think we're cooking. I think we're actually cooking. Apples have cyanide. Chemical, poison, apothecary, medicine. Siska says, eat apple seeds, kids. Increase your natural poison resistance. Don't. That's a joke. You cannot increase your resistance like it's Dark Souls in here, okay? Mysterioso. I don't know about the armadillo, honestly. I kind of like, you know, much like with Bruiser, I want to keep it simple, you know, a couple of concepts. An apple transformer. Now, I'm okay with that. I definitely like the idea of it, like, it looks like an apple, but it isn't an apple. Okay, so in that case, we're jumping over to drawing mode, fellas. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Huh? Come on, fun. Let's go. Like you put an apple in and it becomes a banana? Perhaps? Again, I'm definitely at the point now where what I need to do is I need to start drawing shapes. So let me just go kapow. And I am going to turn on the capture once again. There we go. Thank you for all the ideas, by the way. This has been really, really, really good. Also very fun, by the way. I'm having a blast over here. Thank you for the help, fellas. Okay, so we have on our big list of ideas. At the end of the day, this is a Zetamon that looks like food. It resembles a fruit in some sort of way, shape, or form. It has a medicinal nature to it. I honestly hope we manage to get an opossum Zetamon. They're so silly. I love possums. They're so silly. They are some of my favorite little guys. I realized we didn't color any of the lines in this guy, but I'm gonna just like ignore that and not think about how I forgot to do that. It's fine. Now, why do I have him faded there? Because he's smoked a little too much of the weather. That's a joke. You know what? I'm gonna Google weird apples. Because I feel like it'll be funny if it looked like an old-time apple. Oh, there you go. Oh, this apple looks weird. What are you? Oh, baby. Don't Google. I'm not. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm not Googling shit. 9 uncommon varieties of apple. Okay. It looks like a star. The Apietole, shaped like a star. Looks more like a tomato, by the way. Also noted on apple, would it be like the reverse of the poison apple from Snow White? I kind of like that. Siska says the blue pear mane. You know what? I trust Siska. Blue pear mane. Oh, he does have all the little dots on it. An apple a day keeps a doctor away. That's definitely the vibe, honestly. That's kind of what we're doing here. You know what? Yeah, I was gonna do this Apietole apple, but it looks too much like a tomato now that I look at it. Maxi, look up starfruit. Oh, I know starfruit. So let's just, let's just start with shapes, fellas, once again. Again, the point of Pantry Zetamon is that they look and resemble fruits, per se. There was a black one as well. Ooh. Oh, it'd be kind of funny if I would love if the eyes kind of resemble the position of the seats, actually. That would actually be kind of cute. What's an elephant? You know what? Wait a minute. Elephant apple. That sounds like a dirty thing, Mysterioso. The Arkansas black apple. Arkansas black apple. Ew! Oh, that's a beautiful color. Oh, I kind of like that, actually. It kind of looks like an owl. It's true. It actually does kind of look like an owl. Now, I would hate to be the kind of person who is encouraging the fake agenda that owls are smart and intelligent. They are not. They're stupid. Owls are really, really dumb. They're only good at killing. They're not really good at anything else. Han says, when I'm in a bad mood and I gotta go to the doctor, I take my offensive apple with me. There you go. What if it is an offensive apple? What if it's just like, hey, he's like, hey, you suck. No. Now, I was thinking about, like, it'd be kind of funny if, like, oh my god, Kitty, how dare you? How dare you bring that up, Kitty? It's true, an owl once killed a woman and framed her husband for the murder, and he got life in prison. Yeah, it's true. So, real life documentary. It's also the documentary that gave us the incredible line of, he was a bisexual male. My only issue is that I don't know where your mouth is, which is not usually a question that I have to ask. That is true, Shice is correct. You can see the back of an owl's eye through its ear. I had to learn a lot of fun animal facts as part of getting all the data for Zetamon. Well, fun facts in quotations. I think it would be funny. I'm not 100% happy with this design, by the way. Let's go back to shapes, by the way. Let's go back to shapes. Let's go back to shapes. Let's go back to shapes. I really like the black apple that the really dark apple that Siska sent us. The Arkansas black. I wonder how can I carry the fact that it is in fact, you know, a doctor-like apple. We're also getting away from the fact we're forgetting the fact that it has a huge mouth. Look at this asshole. Look at this asshole. He opens it up and it just looks like, you know. What if the inside of the apple is the mouth when it's, what if the inside of the apple is the mouth when it's open rather than the face? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're on the same like train. My only issue is that I realized that if we do the eyes like this, it looks too much like Applin from Pokemon. So perhaps we would have to separate them a little bit more. Perhaps we even like, perhaps. Okay, something like this. Let me go look up. I'm gonna look up a reference image of I think it's a Dragon Quest Mimic. I think Dragon Quest Mimic. I feel like that has like the post that I'm looking for. Kind of like this. I'll take this. Maxi, I think you may be cooking something with those eyes. Thank you. We're gonna move you up here. The big funky mouth is always very fitting for them being mimics. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So if you're a circle and you split in half to reveal, how does that work? If you open up half your body to reveal the mouth, how does that work for the rest of the shape? You know what I realized that I just drew Pac-Man, by the way. This is just Pac-Man. Wow, Zetamon keep evolving into Pac-Man. It's crazy. Pac-Man with big lips. Maxi, I'm committing crimes? Ronnie, no way. Without me? Damn, Ronnie. No, this looks too much like Pac-Man. We may have to abandon this design. It looks too much like Pac-Man, fellas. It would start dripping from the mouth, perhaps. Sucks with sandals, Ronnie. How dare you? Ronnie, I trusted you, Ronnie. You were the chosen one. Stop right there, criminal scum. You know what? It looks too much like Pac-Man. I'm sorry. This looks too much like Pac-Man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Back to the drawing board. Is the background music the Smash Brothers Ultimate music? It is. It is Lofalia's remix of Lifelight, I believe. We could revisit the banana. Or a mango with a brick. UFO apple. I mean, at this point, I'm down. Oh, UFO apple is kind of funny, actually. Wait, hold up. Wait, we could do this. We could. Oh my god. The apple saucer Zetamon. No. What if we go back to the idea where like the actual Zetamon is the plate holding the object, and you know. It would be kind of funny if it actually wasn't an apple and it was like a bomb or something, but I don't know if I like it. Apple saucer, that's too funny. Okay. Let me look up some alien saucers. UFO. Always have reference kits, by the way. Oh, we can have the bottom mouth just be the. Oh my god, the bottom of the bottom is just the mouth. Oh my god, you're so. Oh my god, that is actually kind of genius. Alien sauce. An apple timer. It could that's actually kind of funny. Because I do want to clarify that Kim is also home to a lot of like artificial, like Zetamon looking guys. I absolutely love the bottom of it being the mouth, by the way. I don't know if I want to show it in the design. Perhaps? The starfish mouth, yes. Because I do realize that, like, we gotta have some designs that are cute, although I guess this guy's gonna be, like, weird. Another freak. This Zetamon pretends to be a timer, then it eats the cake and the plate, actually? Oh my god. I wasn't hot on it, and then you said that, and now I'm like, this is actually kind of hilarious. The food bandit Zetamon. It is known for stealing people's food and flying away. Yeloco looking bum. Thank you. Oh my god, Plague. Let me look up the Yelocos. 100%. Okay, no, Plague is 100% correct. Okay. It looks like an apple on a plate. But it's just an absolute little menace. I definitely think it needs to have like the alien style eyes, by the way. It's a picnic menace. Oh my god, you're so this is the way to go, fellas. This is the way to go. I kept trying to think of a way to differentiate this guy from just like you know, the Pokemon apple-based guys, and this is absolutely the way to do it. Let's get down to business. Okay. I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you. Mr. Urso says, honestly, if I was walking, I think making them apple slices that walk on top of something, then close up to eat it while looking like a normal apple while feeding. Interesting. That's interesting. I could vibe with that. Perhaps for, you know, a later part of the design process. I do feel like right now this needs something more. It needs something more. I also think that, like, perhaps it definitely needs something more, because right now it's literally just the saucer with a goddamn apple on it with a little alien face. I like that we started at Appleton and we ended up much more like Sinistea, which is very much, you know, my vibe. Maybe like those pattern plates have, okay. And a tractor beam. A tractor beam would actually be kind of cute. I wonder if I could try... Perhaps a more action-based spider legs that are apple slices? Maybe. Oh, a healing beam is actually kind of funny. Or maybe it's just like dripping and it looks like a beam. I don't know. It's an idea, and I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not gonna lie. Perhaps maybe a more action-based scene might make him pop a little bit more. Sorry, I have Yelocos on the other screen. Crazy Bones from the 90s. Man, these were incredible. I miss them. I miss them so much. It's a little bit too gooey. Looks like dick and balls. How dare you? Give it legs and a gun. Yeah, there you go. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, yes. Good evening. No. Let's get silly. Perhaps when in doubt, mess around with proportions, okay? Oh, big. Now he looks more baby, okay? Now he looks more baby. I like that. I wonder if we could get away with, you know... Wait, hold up. Am I gonna give the illusion that it has a little pacifier because it's a baby? Is this cute or is this not cute? That's very cute. Apple sits in the border for decorations 100%. I feel like I like him. I feel like I have to elevate him a little bit more. Like, I feel like this should perhaps be the little rise that appears in like UFOs, if that makes sense. So we're gonna dim you out a little bit. We're gonna grab you. Would the pacifier be like a piece of candy? Oh! Oh my god. Peter, I'm gonna be honest with you. I read your comment and I was gonna dismiss it. Wait, and do we want to go back to the idea of it being called Dapple? Because then he has a little bow tie. Fellas, the pacifier looks like a warrior now. So no, it doesn't. I'm gonna ignore that, Hans, by the way. Oh, bye, Shies. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Thank you for joining us. And thanks for all the help. Is this getting a little too silly? Is this getting a little bit too silly? Hans performing a psychic attack. There is something here about the little like alien head shape that I really enjoy. Wait, hold up. A little fancy gentleman with a box, like a server. Oh, with a bow like a server. Yeah. Perhaps he is not on the plate in the image. Hold up. I think I'm cooking, by the way. I think I'm cooking. In the image, he's not on the plate, by the way. Soon you will know what I mean, and you will regret your words and your deeds, by the way. If I can get there, by the way, if I can get there. Thank you, Kitty, by the way. I saw your message, by the way. I'm too in the zone. I'm having a lot of fun designing. We can do deals another day. What if we lean into it being more baby? Oh my god, the baby look is killing me, fellas. Spider eyes. Oh my god. Siska says, I regret nothing except the time that I kicked a kid over the fence like a soccer ball. Incredible. The picnic menace. The picnic menace. I do like Hans asking for the clarification of whether Siska was also a kid when they kicked that other kid. I do realize that we're kind of going back on to the fact that this guy's supposed to have just a big old mouth. Perhaps the bow. You know, I'm gonna finish one idea that I had, by the way. I'm gonna finish one idea that I had before I jump onto another one. Oh, you like the UFO mouth from the... Yeah, I think you make a fair point, Ryan. I think you make a fair point. Let's try going back to the other mouth, I think. I think we're almost there, though. Like, legitimately, I think we're almost there. I definitely think it being a little bit more cute is, like, perfect. A bit of a cutie guy. Crisscross applesauce looking creature. Got him. Oh my god, I love that. Han says, ever since I changed my profile picture, I'm hearing back from my job applications. Feels good to get rejected again. How dare you? You know what? If people like the idea of the mouth being on the bottom of the plate, then like that's fine. Oh my god, what if... Please tell me if you guys hate this, by the way. Oh, it's a big old tongue! Oh no, this might... Oh no, what if this is the design concept, Maxi? That is not a hand, by the way. That is not a hand. No, don't say it, Hans! It's a tongue, okay? Don't be weird about it, Hans. Not that position. Okay. You make a fair point. Not that position. Okay. What was that line? Don't worry about it, Mysterioso. Goddamn. Heaven forbid that I draw a line in a way that is suggestive in any way, shape, or form, okay? No? Still throbbing uncannily? Okay, so I guess I can assume that nobody likes the idea that it's a tongue, huh? I kind of like it, cause like I feel like it really built on the mimic idea. You think that it's a cute little like foot or something, or like a little like tendril or something, but that's a tongue, baby. I like the tongue. Okay. I like it too. Oh my god, thank god. We're making progress then. Hold up. It's like a little UFO, but he doesn't have a tractor beam yet, so he pulls by just grabbing it with its tongue. Maybe it's Skinner. Maybe Skinner. Mimics have nasty tongues. It works. Hans is never mind. Hans is not happy now with the developments. Oh, skinnier, not skinny. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, actually. I've seen mimics with thick tongues. Yeah, see, there you go. Someone believes me. I like the little bow tie candy for sure. Godfrey voice, long and hard. I like the way cute eyes and bow ties sucker contrast with the big tongue, making it feel truly alien. Okay. Yeah, no dailies today, Dale. I'm having too much fun. And I would like to see... Oh, there's no way I'm making another one. Oh, this sucks. No, you know what? Perhaps I don't know if having... Actually, this is kind of cute, actually. Hold up, this might actually work instead. Duck, Peter, somebody ban Peter. Somebody ban Peter. It's over, Peter. You're gonna pay for your crimes, Peter. Well, see, it's not really a tentacle as much as it's just like it look, you know, it looks like it's like it's like a, you know. Is this worse? Take this and get out. It should look like a tail, I think. You know what? Perhaps we can salvage him being cute. He's starting to look weirder though. And I know, Maxi, this is Maxi, we're looking at a goddamn mimic apple that eats things. He's in the bottom of a fake plate. Now that's too skinny. You freaking you can't, you know, you can't please people. You can't please people. It's too skinny, you know. I'm too dumb, then I'm not smart enough. You know what? Oh, it's supposed to be a little shadow between the eyes. Oh my god. Wait, hold up. Does it help if I give him a little fake mouth, by the way? That's not its mouth, by the way. Ronnie says that the long one looks like it's it looks like an apple peel. I do want to remind everyone that underneath this plate is literally like, you know, a big old mouth, and that's where the tongue comes out of. Thank you, thank you, Ziska. And then I'm too perfect. Then I'm too fucking dumb. You hate it and I cry unless it's that time of the month, the end of the session. It's true. Perhaps. I actually think it should be the big old tongue, by the way, not the thong. That thong, the thong. Well, either way, we have a design idea to go with. Perhaps, this also has the idea that like it's like someone is serving the apple in a little platter. Definitely the big tongue says rain. I like the big tongue and the tiny mouth. I'm gonna leave it as this for now. I'm saving all the doodling, by the way. I'm saving all the doodling. I'm gonna color the thin tongue for now because I feel like it's speaking to me at the moment. But thankfully, we'll work on this design more later. For now, I just want to color it. Big tongue, small tongue, it doesn't matter. At the end, it's all tongue, says Mysterioso. Alright, so, clipping mask. Now, as for the color scheme, because it's chemical, I'm thinking I want to do like the apple that Siska sent me. This like red, this like blackish, black purple apple. And it is weak to aqua, huh? So normally you can pick the color that you're weak to or a color that is complementary. We're gonna go with complementary today, folks. It does kind of look like a single grape, by the way. I think it is right, by the way. It does kind of now look like a plum. I will accept that. Let me just draw the white on here. Because what I wanted to do is that I wanted to do this. Uh? Also, something like this. And then we bring the pink back. Whoop. Perhaps I am open to other colors. Red apple suits better, in my opinion, so the tongue could be mistaken as the peel. See, the good thing about the way that I do these colorings is that we can just test it. What if we did, instead of another color for chemical? I mean, we could freaking just, you know. That does not work. That does not work. Let's try the big flashy red for the main color. And then what about you? What, do we want to just do like a nice, really soft pinkish, absolutely completely adorable, not at all a thread coloring? Kitty says, this might sound silly, but like, this feels like magic. Oh, being able to change the colors? It is. Kitty says, I'm using friend theory that round shapes are more friendly and approachable than harder edges to indicate that although the top looks friendly, the bottom part, teeth, tongue, shows that it's not. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is true. Perhaps it could add some sharper shapes to the tongue at the bottom. Little spikies, perhaps, to give the impression that he's not what he appears. Now back to the apple colors. Although, I mean, like, I guess, like, we could, like... Something like this is also possible, by the way. Although I feel like it's a little bit too dark. No friend theory, trust no one. Ronnie. So what's another color? I mean, like, we could lean into it being like a cuter kind of color on here, but then the red kind of gets lost, you know? Bye, Peter. Have a lovely night. Take care, friendo. Yeah, my first request for a mechanical dragon Zetamon. I feel like that red of shade and purple clash too much. They do. They absolutely do. And, you know, I am purposefully using the color schemes from Pokemon. I could perhaps find different colors. I feel like it needs to have like a happy, exciting color. I mean, like, if its weakness is aqua, what if we just went to... No. Not at all. Not at all. I am an artist and a GM and going insane. What's wrong with the Mecha Dragon, Cisco? Perhaps a different coloring altogether. By the way, Ronnie, you're streaming today, aren't you, friendo? What are you streaming today, Ronnie? If I may ask so boldly. If I may ask you, Ronnie. Yeah, says Ronnie. When it says, yeah, I'm streaming, says Ronnie. Until then, but that's the title? Okay. Yeah, but when are you streaming? So perhaps we use the red for the apple and the nut tendril / tongue. What's the title until then? Yeah. Yeah, an orange is color for the highlight, perhaps. I'm gonna try that next. I'm trying that right now. Which pride flag is this? I think this might be it, by the way. Kitty says, oh yeah, that's cooking. Oh, like a little blush on its little face. It's such a cute little guy. How edible is this, people? It will definitely edible you. I'm like, something like this, it looks like ass. Let me just fix this, by the way. There you go, that's somewhat better. Something like this. And again, like, I am open to just changing the shade of red. Perhaps something a little bit pinkier. And then, you know. This is kind of cute. I kind of like this. Miss Thursa says I could eat it, so it seems fair that it should eat me too. What if it was like, what if we went back to purple, huh? What pride flag is this, by the way? Oh my god, the really bright cyan is kinda killing me. I would have to redo the coloring, but this is kind of killing me. This is kind of cute. Ah, the ultimate mimic. But what if it was the ultimate evil? It's the color. This is the shiny, by the way. The shiny is the colors of the trans flag, by the way. I vote going with cyan or orange. Yeah. Shiny. Oh my god. You know what? You should be allowed to eat a couple people as a treat. Tramgender, it's true. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the default coloring that we came up with. I am gonna make this red a little bit more saturated though, like. There we go. I feel like that's pretty cute. Happy Pride to every apple. Thank you, Kitty. All right, we're not done yet, by the way. Nobody started getting. I mean, oh crap, Ronnie's streaming. Holy shit. Let me hit you with this. I'm gonna share this image. People in chat, quickly start yelling names for this apple. By the way, go. Dapple is kind of cute. Perhaps like, can we make the name Dapple more baby? By the way. Make a Brad variation for Kendra. You got it. I promise. I promise I'll do that. I dropped my pencil, but it's okay. We gotta go. We gotta go. Bapple? Sapple? I kind of like Bapple because it's like bad apple. Bye, kitty. Love you, wifey. Have a lovely day. I'll see you later. Bye. Sapple? Saucer plus apple? Because babies do a B instead of a D. Oh my god. Bapple, and bad apple. Bapple is kind of adorable, I'm not gonna lie. We came a long way though, huh? We started with this. And we ended with this. It was only a treat. It was only a treat. I kind of like Bapple. This is actually kind of adorable. I'm gonna copy you, by the way, and I'm gonna drop you over here for being one of like the 2 chemical Zetamon, by the way. Bun apple tit, I just realized. Oh my god. Bun apple is also really cute. By the way, my good friend Ronnie literally just started streaming, by the way. Right now. I mean, I don't mean like starting in general. Like they just started to like right now. They're streaming right now. Let me go get that right now. Twitch.tv/Moontones. Twitch.tv/Moontones is the place to go if you want to go have a cool chill stream. Ronnie plays all kinds of all kinds of indie games. I recommend you go check them out. Ronnie's streaming literally right now. I put the link in the description in the chat. Please go check it out. By the way, Ring, you're correct. Bon Apple and then Bon Apple Teat is absolutely its names. Maxi, you said it wrong. That's not my name. Okay, listen, it's fine. Evolves into Bon Apple and then Bon Apple. The word I'm looking for is tit. Yep. That's right. That's right. Bapple. 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 What a silly little guy. And go Bruiser. What silly little guys. And then Lucilla is in good company. Oh my god. I love the idea that this guy is going around stealing your lunch. You know, you just see it. See, a bad apple spoils the bunch. Yeah. A bad apple spoils the brunch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A bad apple spoils the brunch. Oh my god, that is incredible. A bad apple spoils the brunch. Oh my god. Bapple, bon apple tea. There you go. Incredible. Fellas, thank you for joining me today. My good friend Ronnie is streaming literally right now. They're playing the game until then. I don't know for how long they're gonna play it. Perhaps they might play it for a little while. Either way, until then, it's available now. It's all coming together. I promise you, by the way, Mysterioso, that I will add that as a sound clip. I think Peter was joking that I should have a sound clip. It's all coming together. Have a lovely rest of your day, friendos. Thank you for joining me. Remember, you can support the stream by going to coffee.com/mkirin. And please stay tuned for the announcement of the Zetamon Combat Beta, which will be happening relatively soon this month, I think. Where are my headphones? Are still plugged. Thank God. Okay, let's listen to the beautiful sound of Ronnie's voice.
So people just left. Okay, set up your stuff.
Freaking love Ronnie. Freaking love Ronnie. Ronnie doesn't know that everyone's listening to them right now. They don't know. They have no clue. Anyways, I'm here and I'm out. Love you all. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye. I'll be back tomorrow playing Chrono Trigger with Nomi on their channel. Bye. Take care. Beep boop.
Wonderful.